Good morning, hello, and welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the live streaming. My live streaming is not like any other live streaming out there. It's pretty unique. Pretty much we talk about coffee in the morning, and then we just make some coffee, and hopefully, sometimes you guys ask me a question about how to use, how to use about Barista Express or Pro, and also we share some ideas as well, share some coffee recipes. It's a lot of fun, very casual. And you can just ask me, all coffee related questions, and I'll be happy to answer that for you. The last couple of days we didn't do live streaming because if you guys are following me on Instagram, I was in San Diego for a few days, and I was visiting some Danish bakery, the Carlsberg Danish. I'm gonna shout out to them; they're fantastic, and then they show us how to make chai tea. So next few days, I'm going to show you guys how to make chai tea. Okay, so I made some videos on that as well. I'm going to do some editing, and I'm going to show you pretty much everything but their secret ingredient. So couple things, but I'm intentionally left out, but it's kind of their trade secret. And also, I was visiting the Latte coffee in Carlsbad as well. The Latte coffee is like they're very trendy, very trendy coffee shop with a lot of Marzocco, and it's called Strada. Amazing espresso machine, and their baristas are top notch. I think I've been to a lot of coffee shop in Arizona, and I think guys at the Latte, they did a wonderful job doing the latte art. I was videotaping, so yeah. Anyway, so that's a lot of fun. And so I ordered flat white. I ordered flat white. The flat white usually comes in like 6-ounce cup, but it's all dependent on the shop you go to. They serve me on kind of more like a 10-ounce cup there. So this morning, I'm gonna make on 10-ounce cup, and then let's compare. I don't want to say compare because I still, in my mind, the flat white from Latte was pretty good, so very fresh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make flat white this morning using my Barista Pro, and then let's find out, So let's find out how good, kind of like the taste, Again, these are subjective, This is no scientific comparison here. I mean, guys at the Latte, they're professional, They've been doing it for a long time. I'm just a home barista. So pretty much, it's just like title said, is a home cafe is as good as your real cafe with a real coffee machine? The answer is a yes and no. Here's the reason why. Because the ambience. We are going cafe for ambience. Especially the Latte cafe is open, floor is beautiful. I mean, you know what? Just a lot of fun. We cannot duplicate that in my kitchen. However, we can duplicate the least cup, Comes the cup, go with like real coffee cups, So they're using, so Latte uses not neutral. So not neutral is one of my favorite cups there. So I'm using the not neutral cups. I mean, at least we can, kind of like compare somewhat apple to apple. Comes to ambience wise. And the coffee beans, I'm using more like medium to darker roast, good for espresso there. And so I'm gonna be using that. And then let's pour the shot. And so they're using 19 gram in and like 49 gram out, So 19 in and 14 gram out. So I'm gonna use the same ratio. I'm gonna be steaming the whole milk there. So let's make some coffee. Let's do flat white this morning. So I already measured that 19 gram. Again, I mean, if you go to good coffee shop like Latte, your experience, you're going to coffee shop for experience. Because at home, it's not the same. Because you're surrounded by your, sometimes, family members and your kids. You're busy in the morning. Last thing you want to do is make yourself a nice latte. It's not the same. But this morning, let's try. Let's try to make some good coffee. Okay, I got my milk is ready. Get the milk ready going. But again, having the real machine is so much easier because they're so precise. So, but you know what? I mean, Barista Pro, it does pretty decent job. Okay, I'm just gonna do my WDT tool. Has a lot of clumps. Okay, sometimes if you use like home coffee machine like Barista Express or Pro, I know those guys are using the high-end coffee grinder, so there's no comparison there. Okay. All right, so let's get going. Again, so we're gonna do 19 in, around 49 gram out, just like the coffee shop there. I'm just gonna heat up my cup. I think it's sometimes it is the coffee shop, but it is the who's behind the machine. Okay, I know baristas. I think one gentleman he was making coffee for us yesterday. By the way, if you haven't followed my Instagram, make sure follow me, and I have a video on there. I did the live streaming there. So again, I mean if you find good barista, especially in your local area, I mean, you're lucky, okay? Because it's hard to find good baristas out there. So, okay, I'm just gonna pour the shot. I'm trying to about 49 gram out, okay? I'm just gonna do a free infusion, about 7-second free infusion. Your shot looks good. Shooting for 49, getting close. About 35 seconds, that's a good shot there. Okay, just over 52 grams, good. And then next thing we're gonna do is let's pour some shot. Let's steam some milk here, and then followed by a little bit of latte art, okay? By the way, if you guys are in San Diego, make sure to check out the Carlsbad Bakery and the Latte coffee. And also there's a few other coffee shops out there, but I really like the Latte. At the ambience was fantastic. So we are making flat white, so we want the milk should be a little flat, okay, not really creamy. You want to be creamy, but you want to be kind of like flat side. Hopefully we're gonna get the right milk texture. Okay, milk is ready. Just make sure wipe it clean, okay? Your steam one. And then purge. Yeah, milk is definitely flat. That's good. So this is what we want. Okay, so let's do some latte art. Here we go. Okay. You know what? Actually, this is pretty good. I have to say. I mean, this is as good as guys at the Latte yesterday. I think, I know they're a little better, but this is close enough. Okay? Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. How's my latte art there? By the way, if you haven't liked my video, make sure to do it right now, okay? Just make sure to press like. And if you haven't subscribed, do it. Okay, so here's a real question, okay? So let's try this. Let's try this coffee, Okay. Cheers, everybody. Smells good. You know what? Man. It's good. Okay, don't get me wrong. I mean, Latte coffee is great. Okay, but you are surrounded by, it's a beautiful place to go drink coffee. But comes to comparing coffee, this is not bad. Okay, this is pretty good. So, let me know in the comment section. Okay, I mean, do you guys prefer drinking at home, or go to coffee shop and drink your favorite coffee? So let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you as well. By the way, if you're going on vacation, driving somewhere, okay, staying hotel for a couple nights, if you have Barista Espresso Pro, take this. Okay, you're gonna save a lot of money, first of all, and then take that and bring your favorite cup and make yourself coffee in the morning. Go down to the hotel lobby and just kick back and hang out for a little bit. Okay, that's a lot of fun. That's what I did yesterday. So, actually two mornings. So I usually make my coffee, bring my favorite cup there, make myself latte, and go downstairs and just like somebody serving me at the shop. But it's a lot of fun. If you haven't bring your coffee machine to vacation, make sure to try at least once. Okay, at least once. So this is also a great thing about this machine. You can take anywhere. I mean, I've been taking my coffee machine on my vacation for the last 3 years. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing. Okay, you just bring your favorite coffee beans and definitely bring your cups, okay, your favorite cups. Make a big difference. Anyway, I hope this helps. Okay, this video helps. If you have any questions or comment about the machine, by the way, it's about 36 of you on right now. So if you have any question about the machine, ask me. Okay, so this is a great thing about the live streaming, very interactive. So if you have any questions, ask me. Sometimes if you guys are asking me on the description section, I don't get to it, but yeah, for this one, I get to it. So by the way, let me give you an update on our super chat, super sticker, and PayPal. We are raising money for my next coffee machine. So far we raised $351. That's pretty good. Okay, $351. Getting close to get the dual boiler with rotary pump. I mean, I'm trying to raise about $2,000, and then I'm gonna make up the difference there. So I'm looking around $3,000 machine. So anyway, questions? I saw some questions. Go ahead. Okay, so we have my wife's reading out the question here.
Why don't you use the single dose hopper anymore?
Why don't I use single dose hopper? Someone asked me, why don't I use single dose hopper? You know what? The fact is, I want to using the machine what you guys have, okay? And because, yes, I have single dose hopper, but most of you don't have it. So, and plus, the guys at the single dose mod, they are redesigning the hopper right now. So if I'm going to get it, I like to test it out, and I like to put on my channel, because you know what I mean. Because I don't want to show product that it's not available to purchase. So yeah.
What's the difference between a latte and flat white?
What's the difference between latte and flat white? You know what? That is all depends on which coffee shop you go to. Okay. I mean, if you go to real, I know Australia or the flat white. A double shot, they do like Strada with kind of like flat milk, okay? And they're usually making like 6-ounce cup. So this is not a true flat white. All depends on the way you ask. But here's the thing: sometimes if you go to some local coffee shop, if you ask for flat white, they have no idea what that is. But they know what cappuccino or latte. So it's all dependent on where you go. So flat white is usually a 6-ounce cup there. Okay, and
would you mind making a comparison between steamed milk and milk froth with the nano foamer? Don't you have a video on that?
Okay, someone asked me about the nano foamer. I have a video on that. Okay, but I think I'm gonna actually make the real video on how to use nano foamer. Okay, so Maybe I should do that next couple of weeks. Yeah, just make sure look out for that video as well. The nanoformers are really, really cool. Okay, if you haven't, so if you have a manual machine, like if you have like Flare or any kind of manual machine, if you want to make latte with it, I mean, nanoformer is a good option. Okay, that's really cool.
David asked, do you time your shots from first drop or from the moment you
So
press
Dave
start?
asked, when do I time my shot? So I start my shot. Barista Pro has a built-in timer. So when you turn on the machine, start the machine, they start counting. So that's the when I start count my shot. So with the Barista Pro, I like to be around between like 30 and 35 second range there. So, but because I want to be the EO, okay? So at 19 gram in like, I like 1 to 2 ratio, 1 to 2.5 ratio if I'm doing the latte. So yeah, so I start my time when I start the button.
Alfred asks, if I'm mainly a milk-based drinker, can I go lower than the Barista Express Pro model?
Okay, so if you are a milk-based person, Barista Pro is really great because the steaming. But Barista Express is great as well. Barista Express is good. Even like Bambino, okay? Bambino Plus does a pretty good job. With the Bambino Plus, we have to buy separate grinder. So just get the Barista Express. You should be fine.
9-bar versus 15-bar controversy.
9-bar versus 15-bar controversy. So here's the thing about that. You have to have 15-bar machine to create a 9-bar pressure. Okay. So, but I'm not an expert at it, but there's a lot of resources out there. But I know for a fact you need a 15-bar machine to create 9-bar. So you have to have a mold to create that. So I don't think there's controversy, but the fact is, as long as you make good coffee, if you like coffee you're making, stick with it. Okay, I know there's a lot of modification for my Barista Express. You can change the overpressure valve so it doesn't give it a high bar pressure, but I mean, so far, it works for me. Okay, as long as it works for you, stick with it. Okay, what else? So again, I hope you guys like this format. If you have any questions, just ask me right now. I usually take about like 5 or 6 questions, all depends. Some days, maybe I take 1 or 2, all depend on you guys, but I'm trying to change up the format that is more interactive, more personable, okay? Because it's all about making coffee. Okay? Coffee is kind of like bringing us together as a community, so it's great. By the way, this coffee is pretty good, okay, I have to say. My latte art is getting better as well. Hopefully you guys can see it, but yeah, it's nothing like good latte in the morning. A good latte in the morning though. I've been trying with all the different type of milk. If you're gonna pick the one milk to drink, alternate milk, go with the like oat milk. Just make sure go with the barista version of it. Give you a better texture. So make sure try that.
How long before you get notification to backflush?
How long? The back flush, I believe, is every 200 cycle, okay? Which means that every time you press the button, that's 1 cycle. So I think you do that every 200. Make sure to do at least do the cycle. Whenever you have a back flush, just do it. And comes to descaling, if you're using, filter water, maybe do every other cycle perhaps. But it all depends on you, okay? Again, so descaling, we don't have boiler on this machine. So this one is thermal block, kind of like instant hot water technology. So yeah, so you don't, it's not like you have to descale the boiler. So, but if you see the descaler light comes on, just follow the step. Comes to descaler solution. The vinegar versus the solution, it all depends. It does not hurt, okay? Use both. You could use vinegar if you want to, but there's a controversy over that as well. But so far I use both ways, vinegar and the one other times solutions, descaler solutions. Works fine.
Carlos says Breville should make a Bambino Pro with 58mm portafilter.
Carlos say Bambino.
Pro with 50.
The Bambino Pro with 58 millimeter portafilter. You know what? It'd be interesting because the dual boiler is 58 millimeter, man. But again, the making that extra, the large portafilter, it might be tricky, but I don't know. I mean, if you do Bambino Plus, which means kind of like they already have 58 millimeter dual boiler, so you don't want to eat your own market. But yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea either.
Clark says, will you use the sifter? It would be nice to compare BBE grinder and niche.
Okay, so someone asked me about the Froth sifter. Yes, the video is coming up. So that one I'm planning on comparing my built-in grinder versus a niche, and also versus my Marzocco Mini as well. That's a 58 millimeter flat burr. And also I'm comparing my hand grinder as well. So I have a lot of plan for that video. So I'm kind of like take my time to come up with a good content for you guys, because that's gonna be a good video, because and the sifter is a great way to find out the uniformity of your coffee grinder. Can you imagine if niche is about the same as my built-in grinder? It could be a game changer. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be doing that. I'm thinking about doing that on live streaming, but we'll see. Okay, with the live demo on that one, take too long, so you may not. I'm gonna take a few more questions this morning. And by the way, so this afternoon on my so every Wednesday I do Rancheria Serbia live streaming, and the Thursday is the Latte, so 2 days of Latte, and Friday is more like Flair Friday. So I mean, by the way, none of them is sponsored by those companies. Just I like doing it. I'm trying to build a community for Rancheria Serbia community on Wednesdays, and Thursdays are obviously Latte, and Friday build a community for Flair as well. By the way, make sure follow me on my Instagram, okay? Because I did a live streaming yesterday right by the beach doing the Flair. That was a lot of fun. Okay, that was a lot of fun doing it. Whenever you watch Instagram, people making coffee, and this videos looks very, what's the word I'm looking for? Heather, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, very fancy, not the fancy words, you know. Polished perhaps, very romantic, okay? Yeah, very romantic videos, right? You know, it's nothing like it. But in reality, it's not, you know, it's not the case, okay? It's not the case. But it is a lot of fun though, you know. People look at me like I'm crazy, man, making coffee by the bench, so. Hold on, Ronald has a question.
Is there a difference between the crema filter basket and the Amazon one?
Is Ronald asked, is a crema filter, the portafilter basket versus Amazon, okay? The answer is all depends though, okay? Because the crema, people buy the wood and they assemble here in the United States, okay? So I think, okay, so I don't know about quality's sake, okay, but comes to the filter basket matters. I'm talking about the filter basket. So not the portafilter, filter basket matters. So, I mean, let me know in the comment section. If you got it from Amazon, portafilter, give me a feedback on that, okay? Because I don't have, so this is a crema basket. Okay, so I got this one from, so when I purchased my Barista Pro, previous owner has, you know, crema filter basket, so yeah. So let me know in the comment section if you have an Amazon filter basket. Do you like it or you don't? Tell me why, okay? But yeah, I'm not quite sure what's the exact difference is, but yeah, let me know in the comment section.
Dylan wants to know if you are going on Instagram after this.
Dylan asked me, am I going on Instagram after this? Yeah, maybe, yeah. It all depends. Yeah, perhaps. And are we good this morning?
Yeah,
Paul
is talking a lot about his Calphalon machine.
Oh, Paul's still on right now? Paul, if you're listening, why don't you join me on Instagram, okay? So tell me about your Calphalon machine. So Paul, I'm calling out Paul right now, and I'm gonna stop the live streaming right after this. Paul, if you're up to it, join me on Instagram and show us your Calphalon. I love to see it because I love to see the machine. You don't have to make coffee for us, but I love to see it, and it'd be really great. Okay,
Morgan says I don't have the crema basket, but the Amazon one, and it's nice.
Okay, so Morgan has the Amazon basket. It's like, okay, good to hear it. But again, so Paul, if you are watching, if you are listening, join me on Instagram. It'd be fantastic. Show us your stuff. That's why I like to go right after Instagram live, right after my YouTube live. So people has questions and we can actually see your machine. It's so much fun. Okay, it's a lot of fun. But actually, don't be shy about it. You know, it's not like my channel is very casual, not like James Hoffman channel. You know, so just we are kind of like, you know, we are just talking. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Again, make sure to press like on this video. If you haven't followed me yet, just make sure to follow me on YouTube and Instagram as well. So I'm gonna see you on Instagram right now.